Yes, hello and welcome to today's live stream. I will be introducing some guests very shortly. They will be joining us for this amazing Kickstarter countdown. But for now, why are we here? What are we talking about? And why have you had to make special time just to be here for this very odd time frame? Well, of course, it is to announce to be part of the end of the Project Deos Kickstarter. Now, this has been a journey of epic proportions. I've done Kickstarters before, but this one has been truly, truly all-encompassing. Every day stuff was happening. New things were being released and coming out as this Kickstarter just went absolutely ballistic. And so we're here to talk about the final few moments. There's 25 minutes, roughly. 25 minutes roughly to go before the Kickstarter officially closes, and that will mark the beginning, I suppose, officially of the development stages of Deos, or Deos Suite, I think it's called. We'll have to find out from our guests what it is actually called. And that is going to lead us to the place where we will all be very happy making maps that are absolutely spectacularly beautiful. Let's get our guests in here, because you didn't come here to listen to me talk. So, who do we have? Well, we've got everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We've got Demetrius and Janet from World Anvil.
That's us. Hello.
Hello.
We have Kaora from Kaora, who's
Hello.
who's around.
Wake him up.
And of course, our VIP, or our VVIP, or the man we're going to be sucking up to make it go faster, is Till from Dungeon Fog. Hello, Till.
Hi, everyone.
Or Till Ross, as you are now being called by some people in the chat. There are some people who are worried that Kaora looks very tired. Is it because it's, 2 a.m. in the morning, or is it because you have so much stuff to draw with Deos? I mean, what is it?
Don't scare Kaora away already.
Stop scaring the artist.
Stop.
Fine. It's fine. It's just a few thousand assets.
You need to give him love and cookies. And
Just,
then he will draw beautiful things for us.
just a few thousand assets. I brought up the chat there. I was actually hoping to bring up the Kickstarter. So there is the actual Kickstarter. We are. It's showing me dollars because I'm based in the I'm based in the UK at the moment, so it's showing me dollars. It's showing me dollars because I'm based in the States at the moment. This is chaos, and we're sitting at $466,547, of which Kaora will be paid $1 for all of his hard work, and the rest will go to holiday or something, or not. Or not. I don't know. I'm not in charge. There's a reason why I'm not in charge. 420,000 euros for those of you who are in Europe. It's about 800 billion South African rand, or whatever other currency you happen to want to convert it into. So there we are. Right, Till, let's break down. Well, firstly, what can you say about that figure at the moment?
Wow. Okay, so I mean, what else than thank you? I would guess, because it's mind blowing. We had in Discord, we had a lot of joking around, but honestly, our guess was that we might make it to 150,000 euros, and we were like, yeah, I think if we really pull that off, that's what we make. Now, when I look at the numbers right now, and with 20 minutes left to go, we might hit 425,000, which is just, that's words. Yeah. Can someone else say something? No, that's just insane. That's like...
Yes. Mind blown, I think. Absolutely. Demetrius, Janet, what can you guys say, if anything?
Awesome.
Yeah, I think because I remember the meetings when we were planning this out. We planned this thing for a long time. We wanted to make sure we were going to get it right, because it's something that we're all super passionate about, right? Like when when Till first told me about this thing, in the first idea of it, the first iteration of it, which is not exactly what it is now, I was like, oh my God, I need this thing now. And that feeling has not gone away. If anything, it's intensified, and I still need it now for my own writing and my own games. So yeah, like, we're so excited about it. We can't wait for it to happen. But also, we're so blown away by how many of you are so excited about it and have supported us and everything else. It is astonishing. We had no idea that the support for it would be this intensely incredible. So thank you, everybody who has supported us already. You are freaking amazing.
I have to admit that I love the idea, and I was super excited from the very first beginning. But the moment I realized, like, it kind of clicked on me, is the moment I saw Kaiora's artwork on the animations that they were done from essentially the engine, and I was like, yes, I was like, yes. 2 of them, please, right now, here.
Absolutely. Kaora, people are saying you're going to be turning into the Arnold Schwarzenegger of graphic artists, in one arm anyway. So how do you feel?
Stoic.
No, it's very hard to explain. I have a different experience of this than I think anybody else, because obviously everybody's looking at me and wants me to draw assets, and I'm super excited to do all these different settings or do all the stuff. But it's very, very sweet as well, listening to a lot of people who are saying, "Oh my God, Kiora, are you going to be okay?" It's like, I'll be fine. It's I've been drawing maps now for a little while. It's just going to be a long slog for the next 2 years, just to make sure I can get every single one of these assets delivered and at a really, really high quality that everyone's going to be like, "Oh my God, you've drawn this. It's so amazing. It fits so perfectly in my world." It's like, yes, I spent a long time on that one. It's like, how many other assets are there? Well, about 5,000 of them. But
yeah.
I'm not even kidding when I'm saying that we are willing to move closer to your house so I can actually massage you through the nights, you know?
Okay, well, that is an offer you can't say no to. Jamie Buckley in the chat is offering to Amazon you coffee, just so you know. So we're all here. We all support you.
Great. Dark coffee, espressos.
Like your soul, right.
You didn't ask for. We're here to support you.
I think that there was a coffee that they have in the US called something like
Death Wish.
Death Wish coffee. I think that's what we need to actually get him, like, in troves.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
There you go. If you guys have only just joined the chat, we are looking at the end of the Kickstarter run of Project Deos. I'll bring up that display for you to have a look at as we count down the final moments before it finishes. There it is there. Yeah, the numbers are rocketing up. 4,044 backers. That means there's at least 4,000 people who believe in you. I don't think it's just that small a number. I think there's many more people out there. I think it's well, we're going to see in the next 16 minutes what comes of that. Right now, I have a question for you, Till. There's a mysterious backer. We're not going to say who it is just yet.
No, I think I will keep this information until the Kickstarter campaign is over. But there is still one secret backer who brought us another My World tier today.
Okay.
And I'm very excited because I had the opportunity to talk with him about his world. And I think it's going to be, wait for it, legendary.
Oh,
that's interesting. Okay, all right. Well, if we can't talk about that, then let's talk about, because we've got 16 minutes. Let's talk about what has actually been achieved. What has been unlocked? So, in other words, what are we going to get? Have you got the pages? I like that. Good. So, yes, what's been unlocked? Take us through it.
Yeah. Okay. I had to write that down because it is so much that I was like, Jesus, I don't want to forget anything.
Right.
Let's run some quick numbers. We have one base setting, 6 additional settings through the stretch goal. We have 2 My World settings and 9 asset packs. That brings us to a total number in this campaign of 6,500 assets that are going to be produced, which are not all produced by Mark, because Tony, our artist for the dungeons, for the battle map assets, is also working on that. But we also have already 2,000 assets in the Dungeon Fork library, which means that once Deus is out, we will be looking at roughly 10,000 assets that will be in the library for you to use to draw maps. Another very exciting thing for me was that we have partnered up with Symbolicon. Michaela from Italy is going to bring in over 700 icons that you can use to decorate your maps with. Those are mystical, ethnological, tribal symbols all over the space.
And I actually saw they just unlocked also a science fiction kind of thing, like a.
We partnered up with them to do the science fiction thing. So there are going to be 50 science fiction assets that are going to be available for you. Okay. And she did just recently a set of, I think, 12 Cthulhu Lovecraftian symbols. So there's a lot of stuff in there, which will also be available through Deus. We have unlocked the portals. I just say that. Random landmasses. We have the space setting, which brings us into outer galaxies and solar systems. And I think one of the most important things that people really got excited about was the desktop application. We are now having a desktop application that you can download, install, and run Deus or Dungeon Fork, depending on what you would like to use. You can use that to run it offline on your desktop. And with that came the opportunity to decide whether you want to go for a subscription, which offers all the online features, or just a standalone version, which is just for desktop offline standalone usage without subscription. I'm pretty sure I forgot something, but oh yeah, sure, something important. Not only will Guy do a 6-video masterclass series, but we have agreed to add on top of that 26 live stream videos distributed all over the production time, where we will look behind the screens, where we will talk about the development, where you will see sneak peeks of the upcoming alphas. So there's a lot of stuff that you have added and made possible with your support through this campaign. And I can't tell you how grateful we are.
Okay, there was. Let's just go back a little bit. 10,000 assets.
Yeah.
Okay, and currently Dungeon Fork has only got 2,000 assets.
Yeah, Dungeon Fork has currently 2,000 assets. By the time that Deus will come out, Dungeon Fork will have grown. So I would say by an additional 1,000 assets, possibly even more. And with all the stuff unlocked, where I was also counting the My World settings into that, we will look at an additional 6,500 assets more.
That's
yes, Jen.
So I'm sort of gently reading the chat as it comes in. For us, it's backwards. So that's great for my brain at 2 a.m.
Wow.
But there was a question which was.
I was about to ask. Carry on.
Is World Anvil the secret backer of the other My World setting? And I think it's safe to. Am I allowed to answer that?
Yes.
It's not us. It's somebody else. So it's not anybody on this screen right now who is the secret backer. We're not gonna pull a raspberry on you and be like, oh, it was Dimitri all along. Those darn kids. No, it is somebody else. So it's
No. World Anvil will do his own magic, because there is going to be World Anvil integration, which means that whatever you do, you will be able to integrate your World Anvil accounts, and you will the other way around integrate our maps into World Anvil. And I just wanted to thank you personally, Guy, Dimi, and Janet, because you also added something very special to our pledge manager, which are great deals for the what is it? Great Master?
The Grandmaster.
Grandmaster tier and the Grandmaster lifetime for our lifetime backers. So this was huge, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Everybody.
It was something that people asked for, and when people ask for stuff, we always try and make that possible. So it was something we had to think about carefully and make sure that we were gonna make sure that it made sense. And yeah, no, I'm really, really happy that we could oblige.
So there's a couple of questions that have come through. If you do have questions, please put the word question in caps in front of your question so that I can see it quickly and easily. And of course, the questions just all dribbled out of my brain as I asked them. So AWM Perry says, is there any chance of a fair wide selection of maritime and harbour-related icons? An anchor is nice, but a bit more might be more useful for port cities.
So
I've already seen some ships there, right? I mean, they were actually on the page.
I think he was talking about were you talking about the assets or the symbols? Because
I believe it would be assets as well as symbols, I would imagine. The question just is
just to answer both questions. When it comes to the assets, you can vote. So once the campaign is over and the funds are collected from Kickstarter, you will be able to vote on the settings you would like to see. Mark and I will have a meeting next week, and we will sit together and take all the votes that you've already put in, because you were able to suggest settings to us. We will take them, collect them, and sort them in a way that they make sense for us, because we know how the system is working. And we will present this collection to you, and you will be able to vote on what you would like to see. So that's for the assets. When it comes to the symbols, Michaela and I really clicked on how to work together. So we are looking at a possible cooperation for the future, where she will help us to bring more symbols into Deus. So whatever you would like to see there, just request it in our Discord, and we will collect that, and we will, as we did with the assets, as we did with monthly prop packs or the community prop packs, we will take your votes, we will collect them, and then we will try to make something happen for you that works out.
Lovely. Jamie Buckley says, do we get all of the My World unlock packs as well?
Well, I can only speak for Dead House Sonata. Because Dead House Sonata, the game that is currently in production by Apocalypse Studios, vampire undead gothic game, they backed our My World tier, and they said they want their assets to be free for everyone, which means outside of the subscription, those are going to be free assets. So if you're getting a free account, you will have access to them.
There we go. There we go.
Done.
Really generous.
It's super cool. It really is super cool. So many questions. Will there be different rendering styles for the maps, as we have already seen? Yes. Okay, good. Eric Magnuson says, do you need a Dungeon Fog account first?
No.
Guacamole says, how long until Deos 3P store opens? 3P?
Oh, we don't know yet. We are working on the marketplace right now, or at least we will start working on the marketplace. But I would say not before closed beta.
Okay. Abyssia Malkthor says, is the commercial license something one needs to pay for during development of a world, or only at the moment one monetizes it and for the duration that one is selling it?
I answered that question, I think, in the comments and on Discord. During alpha, you can use your maps commercially, if you like what you have, because keep in mind, that's alpha, that's not the final product. But you will need to have a commercial license once the product has launched.
I don't think that's what the question was.
Yeah, I think the question was...
The question is can you work on something like a map? Can you just work on it on your own, and then under a free non-commercial license, Do you see what I'm saying? And
Yep.
then buy a commercial license when you want to actually commercialize it. So all you need to do is buy the commercial license quickly, and then. Do you see what I'm saying? I think that was the question.
Yeah, so the answer to that would be yes, because you can if you don't know if you need a commercial license yet, just start without one. Because what the commercial license does is it offers you a button to register that map. And the second you push the button, this map is registered and stays registered, which means that you don't need the commercial license to be ongoing to have the commercial license for this map.
But at its current state, just to be clear, like essentially it will be a frozen state of the map, but this is a commercial license for the
Yes,
map, right?
it will be a frozen state of that map
Right.
that is commercially registered.
I think that's a very technical question in the commercial space. Yeah, I mean, we can come back to that if we want
That's
to.
something that we realized, in fact, during the beginning of this Kickstarter, that we have a lot of people who want to use Kickstarter exactly for this reason. So
Yes.
I think actually it went through the realm of like, oh, that's commercial, to like, yeah, there are a lot of people that want to use it
So
commercial.
if you still since we are 4 minutes in the Kickstarter, so if you're still hesitant, you can through the pledge manager you can upgrade to a commercial license later. So I would say just go for whatever you think fits most. In the pledge manager, you will be able to upgrade to gold, platinum, or platinum CL.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Is there going to be a generated tool to generate castles within cities?
Oh, you mean like random generate a castle? No, I'm sorry. That's. I mean, I like the idea, but that's not something that is going to be there at launch. Mark?
Many of the buildings and assets created on both the region, possibly even most of the spaces, will be somewhat modular, so you'll be able to do a lot with them. But you won't be able to just randomly generate specific kinds of massive buildings like castles or cathedrals or temple structures. That would be a different kind of tool.
A different kind of tool. All right. Lovely. Thank you. We have got just 3 minutes left. So many questions coming through. I see there's some questions that are coming through that have to do with gaming. Specifically, Omero has been asking questions about they're running villains and nobles. I will be back next week, Friday, 6 p.m. Standard Time, Pacific Time, I should say, my usual time to answer your role-playing questions. For now, we're just talking Deus Kickstarter. Vasala says, will there be a trace tool? As in, will I be able to put in an image and then have it as a transparent layer over the map so I can trace out landmasses?
Yes. Yes. You will be able to import old maps, like maps that you already have created, import them, use them to trace that map. But you will also be able to use that map to export the image, which means that you can draw upon this map.
All right, lovely. Can assets be recolored, says Ebb Cubed.
Yes.
Vox Colner says, I'm not familiar with Dungeon Fog, but are tactical maps able to be created, like dungeon sets and building interiors? I will answer that one. Yes, yes, yes. Vox Colner, head on over to greatgamemaster.com, or onto the YouTube channel How to Be a Great GM, or onto the Dungeon Fog channel, or you can find examples of Dungeon Fog in action, and they make excellent battle maps. They really, really do. We've got 2 minutes left, 100 seconds. Some people are counting down all the way from there.
Yeah,
Let's switch over.
The website has switched to the countdown. We're at
Your website switched
80
to count.
seconds.
Oh, 80 seconds. Let's bring that up. Boom, there it is. We can all watch it.
I've never seen seconds.
Holy moly.
71 seconds, 70 seconds. If you have been part of this Project Deus Kickstarter, if you have been one of the 4,057 backers, thank you for this amazing, amazing journey. If you haven't been able to back, but you are a supporter of Dungeon Fog, just by spreading the word, even after the Kickstarter has happened, you will still be supporting this amazing, amazing product. Thank you to everyone on Twitch who are donating bits and things. I really appreciate that too. Oh, what am I doing? I've got to stay 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Yeah. Okay, here we go to the end of the Project Deus.
Are we shouting down in the last second?
Oh, we can count down the last end.
From
Yeah,
10.
count down
Yeah,
from 10. There we go. I like that.
We'll see how
Okay.
synced we are.
Yes. And 10,
10,
9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1,
And it
done. Fireworks!
There are fireworks. That's amazing.
Look at that. We even got fireworks. And it updated
He even has a
itself.
beer ready. Yes, he does.
Yay! There we go.
Cheers, you all.
Oh, congratulations, Theo.
Very
And
well
everybody,
done
Actually,
to everybody.
Wow.
If you had
Okay,
told
I
me a
think there's
year
an
ago-
announcement left to do.
Yes, there is. There is.
Yes,
There
there
is.
is.
There is.
We have been contacted by Hammerdock Games, which is a publisher from Indiana, and Danny, who is the head of Hammerdock Games, reached out to us and said he would like to do a world with us because he's planning a pretty impressive project, which he's calling Denora, the World of Adventures. So Hammerdock Games, some of you might know them. They had a very successful Kickstarter campaign where they brought the Grand Temple of Jing, a Pathfinder campaign, over to 5th edition. They had the Dread House and the Chaos Chess produced, and they are old hands in RPG products, so they have been there for 20 years. And now they want to use Deus to create a world that you, as the game master, with your players, can unlock step by step. So whenever you play an adventure, it might happen that you find something that unlocks more of the world. And that means that Deus will be there for you to explore those worlds, play on them, and to suggest new stories and new campaigns that they will then implement in their adventures. So you can always buy their adventures and see what world unlocks them.
That is so cool.
Just been in touch, so it's there's still things that I don't know yet. I will post all the infos I get on Tuesday, but I'm very excited about this because I think it's a great way to utilize Deus, and I just wanted to say thank you, Dan.
Wow. Okay. Denora sounds absolutely cool. Someone's saying, I hope there's a diving board at the top of that, Sissy in white. I think it's a really great image. Very evocative. I really like that. So, yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. So many people in chat are just, there's so much stuff going on. It's really cool. Lots of questions still. So, Till, I think the most important question now is, how do people engage? So Kickstarter is now done. Where should they go? What should they be doing?
Okay, so the next things that are going to happen is usually Kickstarter takes 14 days to process the campaign, which also means that in the next week, your credit cards will be charged. Make sure that they work because you only have 7 days. The good news is if something doesn't work out, don't despair because we have BackerKit, our pledge manager, that will still pick you up and say, well, there's still something, you had a pledge, it didn't work out, you can still pay through BackerKit. Around September the 8th, we will start sending out information. We will start sending out information to our lifetime backers from 2017. We will start to upgrade them so that we're going to upgrade the lifetime backers from this current campaign so they have access to Dungeon Fog. And we will start to send out the surveys, the voting tool where you can vote on the settings. So it's going to be a quiet week. This week is going to be a quiet week, most likely. But with the next week or possibly the week after, things will start to roll.
Lovely.
Yes?
Mark?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I'm a bit out of it. I'm very tired. But I was going to say that we're going to spend a little bit of time putting together all the stuff to work out what settings are going to be voted on. So if you do have any ideas, if you're in the chat right now and you do think you come up with something and you're like, oh, this would be really cool. I've been watching the Discord and the Twitch chat, and somebody's been mentioning a wall-like structure, like the wall from Game of Thrones, or an asset of some kind that could be stretching out across a map. That's an idea that we're going to be adding in, and we'll be considering, and all that good stuff. So go into the Discord for Dungeon Fog, go onto the wish list for Deos, and type in any ideas you have, and we'll bear those in mind when we come to actually putting the setting voting things together.
Lovely. Dimitris?
I'm adding an idea right now. Can I hear Flying Island, please?
Yes, you can have flying islands.
There's a question that's been asked just before we sign off. There's a question that's been asked. That Sketchy says, how long will the Lifetime World Anvil be offered with Lifetime Deos Dungeon Fog subscribers?
During the worker kit, right?
So just we haven't really worked out the schedule for the pledge manager yet. That is something that takes place in the next 14 days. The pledge manager will start around September the 8th, and it will stay open for quite some time. We might close the pledge manager if we can do that, because that's still something that I'm working on. We have subscriptions that you can pledge to, because some of you are Deus speccers and might want to test World Anvil, the Grandmaster tier, or you want to test Dungeon Fog, so you would like to have your subscription rather sooner than later. So if that is possible, I will close those by midst or end of September. But regarding all the rest of the stuff, we have time, because you can have the Grandmaster tier might be something that plays into that. But for the asset packs and all that stuff that isn't produced yet, we have time. So we're not going to close the pledge manager quite soon after the Kickstarter campaign, because we know that you might have spent a lot of money on that Kickstarter campaign, and you would like to have your bank account heal a little bit. So there's going to be constant Kickstarter updates, and as soon as we've worked out the details, I will let you know.
There we go. People are saying you absolutely want to use or test World Anvil if you have not already done so. Just saying, it is amazing. There we go. I couldn't agree more. So yes, there we are. All right. There are lots of questions, and those questions will be answered in due course. You can find out more. Can they go to www.dungeonfog.com to get more information, Till? Is there, for those that are not part of the Kickstarter?
Yeah, well, go to dungeonfog.com. You can always get a free account there. So if you just want to test it, get your Dungeon Fog account. Also, there's the link to our Discord. And if you just want to have questions answered, me and my team are almost always on Discord. Someone is always around. We have a great community there. So just join us on Discord and ask your questions there. Someone will answer them.
There we are. I think that it is time for our friends who are in the land of, what do they say? Oh, where history is made. So for those of you that are in Europe, I think it's time for you all to go to bed. And for all of you who've been watching us, I cannot say thank you enough. So thank you to, let's start, Janet and Dimitris. Thank you for being part of this.
Thank you very much
Thank you for having us here.
To Kaora and Pinky. Lots of people noticed Pinky. Don't think that Pinky did not go unnoticed. And finally to Till, thank you for being and letting us experience this amazing thing.
A quick shout out. I personally want to thank Herbert and Thomas, and obviously and most importantly Andy. I want to thank Tony, Nadine, Rai and Bernhard, as well as Moritz, who all helped us to get here. I also want to thank Kaora, World Anvil, and you, Guy, for being part of this incredible endeavor. And most of all, thank you, community. We couldn't have done that without you. It would have been impossible, and we never expected such a success. And that is all exclusively thanks to your support. So I cannot say how thankful we are.
I think that we want to extend also our love to our own community in World Anvil for the amazing support, because I know that they came in droves to support the project, and also our enchanters, our moderators, and our admins that were there to answer questions literally 24/7
Yeah.
throughout this period. So yeah,
Absolutely.
you're amazing, guys. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you all. It was great. I will go to sleep now.
We'll let them all go to bed. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for being part of the stream. And if you did ask questions, I know that there are people from Dungeon Fog who are in the chat, as well as who will try and answer your questions if you go to their Discord as well. There's not much more to say. Will they be at Spiel? I think the answer to that is Dungeon Fog will be, and so will World Anvil, so go and check them out. Sadly, I won't be at Spiel. I will be in Tokyo, but I'll be at other conventions around the globe. There's some exciting stuff coming up from another Kickstarter that was launched on this channel. So yes, lots and lots and lots of things happening. The usual Great GM show will resume next week, Friday. As I said, I will have returned to Tokyo by then, so the time will be 6 p.m. Pacific time on Friday night. Until then, however, from me and everybody here, I cannot say thank you enough. And until next time, happy gaming.